Hi there, I'm Dan Jacobs. I'm the head coach for Roper Speech and Debate, and this is just a brief overview of the middle school forensics program and class, just so you can get a sense of what we do and what's coming down the road. So, just the obligatory, this is interpretation of literature and public speaking kind of forensics, not the cadavers and crime scene investigation, although some of the pieces in the past have involved some of that. But this is performance. That's what we're looking at here. And so what your child is involved in, and you hopefully, is a means for them to connect their heart and their mind and their thoughts and feelings with um, their mouth and bring out to the world what they have within themselves. And that's our main focus. The short definition of forensics is competitive public speaking. And if you want to know more about the rules and all of that, I'll drop a few of them while I'm talking here. But for the most part, at Roper, we use the competitive aspects of forensics as a motivator, right? Like it sets an external deadline. There's the idea that there are going to be people you don't know watching you and giving comments, hopefully constructive criticism, which happens sometimes. But the whole thing is really an excuse to get kids involved with connecting to literature, connecting with audiences, working on their public speaking skills. And so we have a wonderful, wonderful band of coaches. Our main coaches are Laura Moore and Jafar Boumediene. We have Laura Moore is also our administrative assistant, and she is amazing at organization. She has a website, she sends out email messages, she puts people on rosters, she coordinates for tournaments. Like, she is incredible. And Jafar is an experienced forensic student. He was one of my students way back in the day, and he also has extensive experience with theater. He's been coaching at Roper for almost 10 years, which is mind blowing. And so they are wonderful people. And we have a merry band of alum who rotate in and out sort of randomly, arbitrarily throughout the year, and they show up every now and then. This time on Zoom or on Teams, probably on Zoom, and they help out with coaching. So it's really a wonderful community, and a great thing for the students who do it, because what they work on is basically discovering like who they are and how they connect to the literature that they perform or the pieces that they write. And just to give you a very, very, very brief overview, forensics is broadly split into two divisions. One is public address, where the students write their own speeches, either ahead of time or in a couple of cases on the spot. Dun, dun, dun. And then on the other side is interp, or interpretation. We just call it interpretation of literature, where they pick something that's written by someone else, and that could be a poem or a series of poems, a children's story, prose, a play or portion thereof. And in middle school, the time limits, generally speaking, are around 7 minutes. So you don't have to fill all that time. Many of the middle schoolers from other schools and from Roper end up somewhere between 4 minutes and seven. Yeah, for competitive, if kids want to be competitive, we recommend being close to, at least crossing the 6 minute threshold, which can include, an introduction and other material. So that's the briefest of overviews for what forensics is. Middle schoolers have a state tournament on November 21st. And that is, so working backwards from that deadline, that's what we're looking at when we set up a timeline from this point forward. Students are expected to have something to perform by the end of September-ish. We're making it a little longer this year because of all the oddities in the schedule. And then basically, Laura, again, brilliantly, has set up a scheduling system, or has set us up with a scheduling system called VisiBooks, and you can get those links from the different mailings. And students sign up for coaching time, individual coaching time with coaches, and work on everything from articulation and gestures to how to interpret the different portions of what they're performing emotionally, intellectually, what the words mean, everything. Like, we go into infinite detail, and then come out the other side, hopefully with a performance that isn't mechanical, and that has been put back together so that it can be delivered to an audience in the smoothest, most natural way possible that is also true to the student. So when we coach, we're usually taking the student's lead and then going in that direction. The class itself, which I know partially why you're here, is is a space wherein students can work as a group to help each other write speeches, to learn more pointers about how to be less tense when they're performing. And most importantly and fundamentally, we work on peer coaching in the class. So students will work as a group and watch another student perform, and then sort of round robin ideas and suggestions if the performer is open to them. A little asterisk about the competition, just so people don't freak out, it's not required for the class that students compete at the tournament. However, what we frequently say is practicing a forensics piece and then not competing with it is like rehearsing for a play and not putting on the performance. You learn a lot. You can learn a lot from rehearsing a play, or building a set or putting something together and working with other people. All of that is wonderful, but there's a pressure cooker of I don't even know what to call it. It's just when students step into a tournament situation where they have people who don't know them, and a possible audience of folks who might be reacting to what they're doing. Definitely when we have this in real person. Not sure yet how they're setting it up for the online tournaments, but I'll get to that. So I highly recommend that students try the competition. So that being said, we're not sure what the competition looks like this year. We know it's going to be online for at least the first half of the year, and we're assuming online for the remainder of the year. And performances will be in person from home. Last year, performances were recorded and students could upload their best. This year, the plan is hook in from home, hopefully have a stable internet connection, and probably something like a Zoom session that a judge starts with other students watching, and you go. So that's middle school forensics in a very odd nutshell. Please, if you have questions, want to talk individually, if your child is freaking out, like whatever, then please don't hesitate to contact me, and with any of that or anything else. So thank you, appreciate your time, and hope to see you in person. Those are the noises of the magic fairies telling me I've gone for almost 8 minutes with this. All right, catch you later. Bye.